Welcome back to the deep dive. We have a really magnetic theme today. It's drawn from a specific set of readings.
Lectionary 456, for those keeping track.
Exactly. But for everyone, we're basically looking at texts about the Jerusalem journey.
And it's a journey full of tension, isn't it? Our goal here is pretty straightforward. Pull out the main threads.
Yeah, three main things. Right.
That's it. The big picture pull of a sacred city, the reality of actually making that difficult journey, and then this crucial choice, the need for mercy.
And the sources give us this immediate dramatic contrast. It's fascinating.
How so?
Well, you've got this grand, almost utopian vision of universal peace, everyone coming together, and then bam, right next to it a story of, well, pretty petty rejection happening in the moment.
Like the dream versus the reality on the ground.
Precisely. The ideal future versus a very messy present.
Okay, so let's start with the ideal, the blueprint. That takes us to Zechariah 8 and Psalm 87, the city of God idea.
Yeah, Zechariah 8 verses 20 to 23. It paints this picture of, like, huge numbers of people on the move.
Global scale.
Right. The Lord of hosts says, peoples and strong nations shall come to seek the Lord in Jerusalem. But it's not just who comes, it's how they get motivated. That's surprising.
It really is. It's not some top-down command, is it?
No, it's more like spontaneous excitement spreading.
Yeah, the text shows people from one city going to another and saying, basically, hey, come on, let's go seek God's favor. It's like a grassroots movement.
A worldwide spiritual buzz, convincing each other, let's go.
Exactly. And Zechariah throws in this incredibly specific, almost, visual detail about unity focused on the Jewish people.
Oh, that part. Yeah, the 10 men.
10 men, it says, from every nationality, speaking all different languages, and they literally grab hold of the edge of a Jewish postman's garment.
It's such a powerful image. 10 men representing everyone else, basically clinging to this one person's cloak.
It's more than just asking for directions, isn't it? It's like profound dependence.
Totally. They're saying, we need your guidance. We've heard God is with you. It frames Jerusalem as the source, the ultimate spiritual GPS almost.
And that idea, that kind of radical welcome, gets echoed and sort of formalized in Psalm 87, the responsorial psalm.
Right. The psalm doubles down on Zion, Jerusalem as the city of God.
It really hammers home this idea of universal citizenship. God loves Zion's foundations, its gates, more than anywhere else. And then it says, glorious things are said of you, O city of God.
And it lists places. It's like a world map.
Yeah. Egypt, Babylon, Philistia, Tyre, Ethiopia. All these distant, powerful places are named among those who know the Lord.
Which is already huge.
But then comes the really mind-blowing part about enrollment. It says that when the records are written concerning Zion, people will say, one and all were born in her.
Apparently not. Your spiritual belonging to the city, the center of peace, it kind of overwrites your original passport. Everyone becomes a native there. It's the ultimate inclusion.
Wow. Okay, so that's the vision. Universal welcome, collective desire to reach God, all friction gone. Amazing.
A beautiful blueprint.
Now, let's pivot hard. We take that stunning vision and smash cut to the immediate, rather painful reality of the journey in Luke chapter 9.
Yeah, the contrast is jarring. Luke starts by saying, when the time came for Jesus to be taken up, he resolutely determined, or unwaveringly determined, to journey to Jerusalem.
That wording feels important. Unwaveringly determined.
It signals this isn't a casual trip, it's a fixed mission. He knows the risks, but the destination is non-negotiable.
And that determination meets instant pushback. He sends messengers ahead, right, to a Samaritan village.
Standard procedure for travelers, yeah. To arrange lodging, food, basic hospitality.
And they get flat out rejected.
Nope. And Luke is really specific about why. They wouldn't welcome him because his destination was Jerusalem.
Okay, let's pause on that. This isn't just bad luck with directions.
No, not at all. This is tapping into centuries of really deep animosity. Cultural, political, religious bad blood between Judeans and Samaritans.
So they refused him simply because of where he was going, because his path led towards a place they viewed as, well, hostile territory. Exactly. His trajectory alone was offensive to them.
And the disciples' reaction, James and John, it's extreme.
Oh, yeah. They go straight to, like, DEFCON 1.
Yeah.
They ask Jesus, Lord, do you want us to call down fire from heaven to consume them?
Wow. Instant annihilation, divine payback.
It said so much about where they were at spiritually. They've seen Jesus's power, right?
Yeah.
Miracles. And their first instinct when facing hostility is, let's use that power to zap them.
Like assuming divine power is for immediate judgment, for punishment.
Yeah, that impulse. calling down fire.
Yeah.
It shows how easily even those close to the divine can slip into purely human desires for revenge.
But hang on. If the rejection was so deeply rooted in this historical prejudice, purely based on the destination, isn't there a point where just walking away kind of enables that prejudice? Shouldn't they have confronted it?
That's a really good question, and it gets to the heart of what this passage challenges us with. Think about the mission.
His mission was Jerusalem, service, sacrifice.
Right. Not getting bogged down in every local dispute or trying to settle ancient feuds along the way. Sometimes confrontation, especially the kind James and John wanted, just stops the journey.
So rejecting their call for fire wasn't about ignoring the prejudice, but about prioritizing the ultimate goal.
I think so. Jesus turned and rebuked them. He corrected their whole understanding of how power should be used in that specific moment. He redefined strength, really.
So being resolute on the path doesn't always mean standing your ground and fighting every obstacle.
Sometimes it means finding a way around the obstacle to keep moving toward the goal.
That's what they did.
Yep. The solution was incredibly practical and nonviolent. They just journeyed to another village. It shows the mission comes first, not winning the argument or the fight right then and there.
Okay. That move from wanting fire to just moving on, that leads us to the core lesson, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's reflected in that secondary reading, mercy over retaliation.
Exactly. That reflection piece spells it out. Following Jesus means choosing mercy, choosing enduring affection over that gut reaction for payback.
The disciples went for anger, for wielding power negatively.
While Christ demonstrated patience, compassion, even when facing roadblocks that were, frankly, significant threats to his mission.
And the text implies this wasn't just a one-off, right? The Samaritans were just one example. His whole journey towards Jerusalem was likely filled with rejection.
Yet his focus stayed on that path of steadfast love. And that becomes the model for us when we face opposition, misunderstanding, especially when we're pursuing something important, something we're determined about.
And this patience isn't just like a nice personality trait. It's rooted in something deeper.
Absolutely. It reflects God's own character. If you connect it back, Psalm 103, verse 8 gives us the foundation. The Lord is merciful and gracious, slow to anger, and abounding in steadfast love.
Slow to anger.
That's the key phrase. Jesus rebuking James and John, choosing to simply bypass the village, that embodies being slow to anger. It's divine character in action.
Okay, so this brings it right back to us, the listener. The source material doesn't just leave it as ancient history or theology, it makes it personal.
It really does. It challenges you directly. How do you translate this?
It asks that tough question. How can I show mercy today to someone who has wronged or opposed me?
Yeah, it forces that gut check.
Yeah.
Are you more like the disciples, ready to call down fire, maybe metaphorically?
Yeah.
Or more like Jesus, willing to pivot, maybe take a detour, but keep moving towards the goal of service and love?
And that theme of service, that's the final piece, isn't it? From the Alleluia verse, Mark 10:45.
That verse just ties it all together perfectly. The Son of Man came not to be served, but to serve, and to give his life as a ransom for many.
Not vengeance.
No, service, giving, sacrifice. That was the point of the journey, and that ultimate purpose defined the ethics of every single step along the way, including how to handle rejection. It's the ultimate contrast to wanting to consume opponents with fire.
Right. So wrapping up this deep dive, we've seen this incredible tension. On one side, Zechariah's huge vision of universal welcome, everyone heading towards Jerusalem together. Then, the gritty reality. Rejection in Samaria simply for heading in that direction. Immediate human conflict.
The roadblock.
And it's resolved not by force, but by Jesus's path of unwavering determination coupled with mercy, choosing the mission over the skirmish.
It seems pretty clear from all this that if you set your sights on something truly important, a worthy goal, you should probably expect friction. Opposition isn't necessarily a sign you're wrong.
It might just be part of the terrain, expected stops along the way.
Exactly.
So here's the final thought for you to consider. If Jesus, on the most important mission imaginable, faced rejection just because of his destination, just for the direction he was pointed, what does that tell us about the kind of patience, the kind of non-retaliation that might be needed when you are determined to pursue something worthwhile in your own life?
It really makes you ask, is my goal important enough that I can afford to bypass the fights that try to pull me off track?
Something to think about as you navigate your own determined journeys this week.